if I go back a minute, there was a man in my life or a guy in my life that I was seeing while I was using, and I felt funny, and I went to the doctor, and I was stepped on a scale, and I was 85 pounds, and this is like at the age of 30, which is crazy, and it ended up I was pregnant, and I, obviously didn't know what the fuck to do. There's no way that the baby was going to be okay. I had used every day, all day for years. And I had a decision to make, which was one of the hardest ones in my life. And I can't even believe I'm talking about this right now. I know a lot of women go through it, but, I couldn't go through with the thought of, bringing somebody into this world that I had hurt already before they were even formed. And, so we did I feel the right thing. I still feel it was the right thing to this day. And decided not to go through with having the baby. And that is something that haunts me all the time. And the reason I go back to this is because I was still using when I was living at his sister's house in Mountain House. And he and I were still, together off and on. We were off and on for years before that. I've known him for 20 years to date. So, he was not a user. He was a normie, but he loved me, and he just would take the bad and the good, whatever I could give, he would take. And I was using and thin and just rack of bones again years later, and I didn't even know, this is how bad. And I should know, because I have already had 2 kids, and they're healthy and they're wonderful. And I thought I knew my body. I'm kind of a hypochondriac, actually. So I think something's wrong with me all the time. So I didn't know. I don't know why I didn't know, but I was cramping really bad. And there was no sign of pregnancy at all. And this is years later. So, but I ended up going to the restroom, and I never told anybody this until just the other night. I told a good friend of mine. So this is crazy. But I went to the restroom and miscarried right at that point. We had to call an ambulance. The fire department came first. Ambulance came. I had to go to the hospital, and all these things were going on that I was doing to myself, self-sabotage, because I could not stop using methamphetamines, and it was killing me. And it was making it so that nothing happy was happening in my life. And right after that, I had gotten a job. I, for some way, cleaned up for about a month, and I got a job, and I was getting over that trauma. And I worked there, and I was clean for a while, but it would be weekends or whenever I could get my hands on something, I'd still use that meth.